Hello everyone, this is OPS, Olympic Peninsula Spotlight. I'm your host Rick Nichols.
And I'm Matthew Warnick.
This full-service recording studio also offers in-house mastering, CD and DVD duplication, digital transfers, and audio restoration. Circle of Sound, reasonable rates, and local convenience.
Hello, welcome to Olympic Peninsula Spotlight. Let's welcome Torturebox into our studios. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, all right, hello Olympia.
All right, and give us a quick description of your music.
Power metal. Heavy metal.
Yep.
Heavy metal.
Power you up.
Where'd you come up with that name, Torturebox? That's a unique name.
I'm glad you asked that. I'm going to let my vocalist, Lucas Cleffinger. Back in the day, I used to be a strapping young lad. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
I used to drink a little bit, which I don't anymore for many years now, but these guys, when we first formed, they used to have to come to my house because I couldn't leave my house because of a little black box I had on my ankle.
Oh no.
And one day we were sitting around, drinking and driving. Don't drink and drive. Yes, kiddies, don't drink and drive. Look at him, that's what happens. And we were sitting there and I'm like, shit, man, can't wait to get this black box off my ankles. We can freaking go somewhere, because they used to have to practice at my house and it was kind of inconvenient. And I lived in a trailer park and it was kind of loud. So one day he was like, what about Torture Box? And so we just called it my Torture Box and then kind of incorporated Torture Box is your mind kind of thing, and that's the way it rolled. Torture Box. And it all began.
Inspiration can come from the simplest of things.
Right, right. A lot of our things were, struggles. Me and him were both addicts well, I was alcoholic, he was an addict. And, we still are. But we're clean. Yeah, but we're clean and have been for many years now. Thank you to we're all recovery of NA.
Congratulations on sobriety.
My family, they really support me in not drinking, so we overcame that hurdle and became what we are.
Excellent. And so how long have you guys been together? I mean, how long have you been a band and practiced together?
07, late 07. We started late 07 and got the lineup together after several drummers. We just couldn't find drummers that were worth shit. Sorry, excuse my language. Worth coming down. We brought a guy from California. A great drummer, but one from Iraq couldn't work and wouldn't work when the same musical scenario.
Yeah.
And we had a guy who came that was from Iraq. He was in Iraq military, but he just couldn't. He could only play really, really fast and couldn't blast it up. Great guy, hi Pat.
And no hard feelings.
Yeah, and then we just struggled with drummers, and then we put up an ad for a bass player because we couldn't find a drummer, so our drummer was a drum machine for the first couple songs. And then we put up an ad for a bass player, and Frank, the bass player, Iraqi vet too. God, that's ironic. He came in and just started whipping up the bass tracks, and it worked out great. Awesome. And then I went off to rehab. And then when I got back, I found a drummer in the meantime, and Daniel's our drummer that's been through the whole thing. And there it went.
Excellent. And so what got each of you into music?
Go ahead, sir.
I don't know. Just felt it in my body, I guess. Once you get that bug, you just want to do it. But like hearing rock and hard songs and whatever, I don't know, just inspired me to do it.
Your turn.
Well, we grew up together back in California, and at the time I had a high school band I just got out of that I played for with 3 years, and Theron stepped up and started playing bass for me, and then he morphed into a guitar player, and we played on and off for the last 40 years. Yeah, that's how we got into music. I got into music way when I was young because I got into theater as a child. A thing called creative theater experience where taught you good self-esteem and got to do plays. I actually did a thing that almost went to Broadway when I was like 9 years old. Got to stay in the Moore Theater in Seattle. But music, when I used to do all that stuff like in theater, I was right when first, like, it was like 82, 83, Iron Maiden was coming out, and Motley Crue was coming out, and all the big name bands that, you know, vocals really caught those searing vocals really caught my attention. And my dad was a singer in bands, but it just, something about that kind of music just, man, got inside me, and took vocal lessons and wanted to sing like that. And pretty much I sat in my room for years while my friends were out getting drunk and stupid, and just sang along to Queensryche and Judas Priest and all that good 80s metal.
I think
that's how I really got
exactly
into it.
how Rush got started.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's
They just stayed inside.
I felt it, you know. It's like 80s metal, and that old metal, you felt it with your heart, you know, and not downgrading like today's modern metal.
When it sucks.
No, but you don't feel it like
It moves you to make you want to go out and do it.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. And
There's
it's
something
like
about it. I don't
80s,
know.
man. It just had heart and feeling, and it was. I mean, that was all part of an era too, you know.
Well, as funny as it sounds, though, I mean, over in Europe, like my daughter lives in Finland, and I mean, most of the Finnish bands are still doing what we're doing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to a band called Opeth, and they're
Oh
I think
yeah,
they're from,
yeah.
they're from Finland or Norway or something.
Yeah, all that crazy
Really good.
European those.
I mean, everybody over there, though, I mean, they're classically trained in
Yeah.
school. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I've seen some of their songs where they're like, we originally meant to play that with a lute.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because today that kind of metal is still huge over there. In like Japan, they really still love
guitar playing.
this kind of music, guitar
Yeah.
playing,
Yeah,
singing,
they do.
you know,
High vocals,
and
yeah.
high vocals. It's really
Yeah,
over
they
there.
really do.
It's really neat, you know.
Right on. And so what kind of songs do you guys make? Or, I mean, what kind of subjects do you guys like to make songs about? I guess is a better way to word the question.
That's a good question, actually, because our songs all have meaning. I mean, every song we write, like I wrote, well, we all three, you know, pretty much do a lot of
Do
the writing. You know, the other guys, they do their part musically and come in and do stuff. But when it comes to lyrics and hooks, it's all of us. And me and Ricky especially write a lot about our struggles with, you know, alcohol and addiction and
our higher power.
and,
End times.
you know, and like Join the Brigade. I think you guys are gonna play it, or you already played it. But that's my song against my addiction to alcohol. And you know, if you listen to the words, if you can understand them, you see a message. And all of our stuff has a message because we're totally anti-drug. You know, that's not what we want to promote as a band.
Remember
we
the
want to
Skitties.
promote our music. Yeah.
Right.
You know, and you know, that's what we write about, like struggles in our lives, and sometimes I write about like dreams I have. Like there's a song, what's his name of it? The Hammer Will Fall, and that's pretty much our time when we're hitting that stage. It's time for the hammer to fall, you know, and it talks about that. You know, welcome to our show. It says into it, and you know, we don't want to write about how much beer I drink,
Or how much death. Or
yeah, or
carnage.
death,
Right.
or anything, you know. And we don't want to be all political either because Queensryche's done the shit out of that. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
Any since you're metal, any songs about Odin or
No.
Norse gods like
No,
some
we're
black
not into the
metalists?
Norse end of it. Yeah.
No, I think
Just Jesus.
Yeah.
it might create some issues.
Right.
Right about that kind of stuff.
We try to keep it to him.
Yeah, I mean, we want to send a good message, and I mean, I'm not saying that stuff's bad messages or anything,
Yeah,
but I don't
no,
want to
it's-
send a message of something I don't completely understand about
Yeah,
either.
right on.
You know,
So what would your ultimate goals as musicians be? Or
Fair.
have you already obtained it?
What's your goal as a musician?
Own my own car.
His wife took his.
Oh, the starving artist.
I want to have a paid off double wide.
Yeah.
You know.
Excellent.
My outlook and what I want to do in this is I want to share my music and watch people singing it back to me, because obviously if
Right,
you're
yeah,
if you're
definitely.
taking the time to learn someone's lyrics, obviously it means something to you, and it's not just
Yeah.
learning words.
And like imitation is the best form of flattery. So if someone's redoing your music, then
Right.
it
I mean,
must have been good.
How
you
cool
know?
is that? A tribute.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tribute. You know.
I just think success that, you know, can keep the stone rolling, I guess, you know. Personally, myself, I want to be able to go, you know, and travel and do my thing, do our thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Leave a mark, you know.
We've traveled a lot. I mean,
Yeah, we have.
over the years. And shoot, we played the Whiskey Go-Go in L.A. I mean, we've played some pretty big things, but it's traveling's fun. You know, you get to see different things. We look at going to Europe and Japan now, and
Some of my biggest things are just being able to play for some of my idols, you know, like growing up when we've done that, you know, playing for some of the biggest, you know, opening up for some
direct
of the biggest
support,
bands in
big,
the world.
huge, you know, guys that we watched
Definitely.
growing up, and then you get to hang out with them backstage, and that's making it to me, really, you know, is watching people.
It's not about this.
Sing my lyrics and being able to
Yeah.
hang out with the icon dudes that I looked up to. Yeah, it's not about that. If they,
But a
nobody
little bit of
makes
that going my way, it'll be
Yeah.
okay.
That's nice.
The only person that makes that is Iron Maiden. That's
Yeah,
it.
nobody makes any money anymore these days. So.
And inevitably, I am gonna get a jet and be like the
Yes.
pilot, so we can go all around like Iron Maiden.
Do your own tours?
Yeah, man.
Well, he had to work as a commercial pilot, didn't he, for a while?
Yeah.
So before he
Yeah, I might have a problem with that.
Right on. So you mentioned like big influence from the 80s. Are there any specific bands that you might draw some real influence from? Or that you
Yeah.
idolize or look up to?
For me, I look at vocalists really, and a lot of them that have been a real influence on me is David Wayne of Metal Church. Was a great, underrated vocalist, but the most power I've ever heard in my life. And you know, Judas Priest, Rob Halford, Iron Maiden, stuff like that. Mickey Thomas of Starship. I listen to very vocalists that, man, just you sing from their hearts and push it out, and that's what gets me.
You know, for me myself, I think Darren as well. We were just actually in the real hard blues, heavy blues, Robin Trower, Hendrix, stuff like that. But I think as a whole, I learned to become a team player. We do a lot of dual harmony guitar parts. I mean, in almost everything we do.
You don't hear it anymore.
So yeah, and I mean Thin Lizzy, stuff like that, Boston. Those are my roots, you know.
Definitely.
But I really had a thing with the dual harmonies on the guitars, you know. And I think just being able to be, you know, his, you know, what makes him sound right, you know. I mean, he leads us, you know, his vocals to put the stuff, you know, in structure behind him, you know. But anyhow.
And they do a good job
Yeah.
with writing stuff for me, because they can pretty much know where I'm going to come up with, you know, what I'm going to come up with vocally and hooks.
Yeah, he don't need to be there.
And these guys, it's like these guys can know exactly what I'm going to do, and that's chemistry that you don't just get
Yeah.
every day.
And vice
any
versa.
band. Yeah, and you know, and I know what they're going to do. They know what I'm going to do, and you know, part about being in a band too, it's not all musically body language. You got to know on stage what they're going to do. I can read their body language if they're trying to have a problem or starting to have a problem, and that's what makes us a good band, is you know, knowing each other and what we're doing on stage and
Exactly.
stuff like that.
Yeah, you sound like you have a cohesive group.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's very good.
You know, it's good times. We all have families, you know, and we make time. We justify family and band and
Cool.
stuff like that.
So, is there any advice you'd like to give our viewers, especially if they're themselves musicians or guitarists or vocalists?
I'll give vocalists. I think vocally, I mean, just don't try to be something that you're not, or it ain't ever going to work out for you. I mean, there's plenty of training, but go with what vocal style you feel in your heart is what you're going to do best. You know, mine fortunately was 80s. It's what I grew up on, and that's what I feel in my heart to sing, and it makes me that much more better of a singer when you're feeling it inside instead of just, oh, that's what's popular today. Let me try to train my voice to sound
Sure,
like
yeah.
that. If you're not feeling it in your heart, you're not going to be anything but a shitty vocalist. So,
I think that's really good advice, personally.
right, it is. I mean, feel what you want to. You know, that's the way I am. I couldn't see myself being a vocalist like I am, and then trying to sing some country shit. You know, I mean, stuff. Sorry, I'm a metal guy.
Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah, don't lie to yourself.
Next,
Oh, it must
Next,
be.
any more
go
advice?
for it.
Oh, I'll give you some advice. Spend some time, you know, learn what you're gonna do, learn your instrument, and like you said, feel from your heart. And don't do dope.
Yeah.
Don't
It'll
do
kill
that.
you.
My advice would be to try to be different. For one thing, observe other people that have a unique sound and try to formulate some sort of unique sound for yourself so you can stand out from the crowd.
Right.
That's real important.
Stage show too. You know, I mean, a lot of people can go on stage and play their instruments and sing.
Yeah, stand there like a...
Yeah, but if you stand there and, you know, you're not entertaining the crowd, you're not, you know, people aren't going to come back to see you if you just stand there. So that's why, like, for me, it's my job as a front man to keep the energy level of the crowd up, entertain them, get them clapping their hands, you know, I mean, everything. You've got to learn the business too.
Yeah. I think they call that a crowd presence.
Yeah,
I think
stage
it's the actual
presence and
name
stuff.
for it. Yeah,
And,
stage
you know, I
presence.
mean, if you really want to be a good musician, you know, your
Do it
craft
all.
too, you got to, you know, refine your craft, but you also got to think of the entertainment part of it too.
Yeah.
You're entertaining that, whether it's 10 people or it's 10,000 people. They don't want to see you stand. They want to see you play and jump around and, you know, fog and lights and the real stuff.
So, if our viewers like your music, where could they hear more of it?
That's a good question. At the present time, we can go on Reverb Nation, Torture Box Forever, and soon we'll have our website up, which there'll be a link there from Reverb Nation. And you great fellas too. I believe you guys have a little
That too, and we got
taste of it.
we've I'll just say real fast.
Let's tell them the news.
Well, yeah, we haven't.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We haven't been a band for 2 years now. And just recently in the last, you guys got us at a real good time. Last 3 months, we've sat down and the whole original lineup is going to get back together and we're going to do some reunion stuff and write an album and go from
Go back
there.
out on the road.
Yeah, and do some shows and we've had a number of people wanting us to do it because I've been doing things in other bands and they've been doing things in other bands and, you know, but this is what we're doing right now and it's really cool.
Torture Box 13,
Yeah.
You heard it.
2013.
Right here on Olympic Peninsula Spotlight.
Yep.
Torture Box is getting back together.
You heard it
All
first.
right.
You heard it.
Cat's out of the bag.
And so, where can people contact you?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Ricky's phone number. No, I'm just kidding.
Not those
Yeah,
people.
pretty much just Facebook now is everything. And Reverb Nation,
Definitely,
you can
yeah.
listen to our stuff on Reverb Nation.
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace right now. Currently,
What's
we're gonna
that?
be
Just kidding.
what? What? Your space? Currently, we're gonna do like reunion show this summer. Stay tuned for dates.
It's going to be called Torture Fest.
Yeah,
There's
Torture Fest, and then we're gonna have
Probably about
probably
50 bands. So
have a little demo to hang out. You know, hand out some shirts and some merch, and then next year we're gonna do full length and
hit it hard.
go to Europe. Europe.
Excellent. So, folks, do you have any final thoughts as we start to wrap up?
Keep it metal, or else.
Support your local music.
I don't have anything to say.
No problem.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in the studio, folks.
No problem.
This will not fly. It's Right!
This is Rick Nichols
And Matthew Warnick.
with OPS, wishing all of you a great week.
We'd love to hear from you, so contact us at olympicpeninsulaspotlight@gmail.com.